If you are a connoisseur of hair-raising tales that evoke a sense of spine-chilling terror, you're in luck. We have curated a bunch of ghost stories that are bound to keep you awake at night. These tales of apparitions and supernatural encounters span various locales, from eerie mansions to cursed forests, providing extensive insight into the world of paranormal phenomena. Here are top 10 ghost stories. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Ghost of Tupo, China. The story of Tupo is a haunting tale of revenge and the consequences of our actions. Once a loyal minister, Tupo was betrayed and killed by his emperor, fueling his desire for revenge even in death. 3 years later, Tupo returned as an apparition and delivered justice to Xuan in front of feudal lords. The story serves as a reminder to always treat others with fairness and respect, as the ghosts of our past can come back to haunt us. Number 9. Chained Man in Ancient Athens. Roman Senator Pliny the Younger passed away in 113 AD. He related a terrifying story about an Athenian haunted house. Due to the noises of rattling chains and clashing iron heard in the middle of the night, it was rumored that the mansion was so haunted that no one could live there. The spectral presence was characterized as an elderly man who was rattling the chains on his hands and feet. He had a long beard and untidy hair. The skeleton of a man in chains was found nearby when philosopher Thenodorus, who had rented the home, confronted the spirit. The ghost left after ensuring that the guy was properly buried, and the house was never once more haunted. Number 8. The Tower of London. The Tower of London is not just a historic fortress, but a ghostly residence where the past and the present merge. Arabella Stuart's spirit still lingers in the Queen's house, a reminder of her tragic fate. The Martin Tower, once home to exotic animals, is now said to be haunted by a phantom bear who spooks the guards. With its long history of intrigue and imprisonment, the Tower of London offers visitors a chance to experience the supernatural and the surreal. Number 7. Brown Lady of Rainham Hall. In the picturesque countryside of Norfolk, Rainham Hall stands as a grand mansion steeped in history and mystery. The halls of this grand estate echo tales of ghostly sightings and supernatural phenomena that have captivated visitors for centuries. The most famous of these is the photograph of the floating apparition captured in 1936, which still puzzles and intrigues experts to this day. Lady Dorothy Townsend, the alleged ghost, is said to still haunt the halls, her ghostly figure dressed in a haunting brown gown, forever wandering the corridors of Rainham Hall. Number 6. Hug and Molly in Alabama. Abbeville, Alabama is a charming town that welcomes visitors during the day, but locals know to beware once the sun sets. For over a century, a mysterious figure known as Hug and Molly has roamed the dark streets, looking for unsuspecting victims. Dressed entirely in black, this oversized figure creeps up on people, wrapping them in a chilling embrace before letting out a blood-curdling scream. Legend has it that even the bravest souls can't escape her clutches. Parents have used the story of Hug and Molly to keep their children in line, and the town has embraced her as their unofficial protector. Number 5. Amityville, Florida. In 1974, Ronald D. Feo Jr. killed his family in their home in Amityville, New York. Investigators were baffled by the lack of a struggle and the fact that the gun used didn't have a silencer. In 1975, the Lutzes moved in, but their stay was short-lived. Their daughter befriended a red-eyed pig named Jody, voices were heard, and flies swarmed the house. Furniture moved on its own, and there was banging on the walls. Paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, were called in and encountered unexplainable phenomena, including Ed being pushed to the floor by an unknown force. Number 4. The Ghost of Deer Island. In the early 1800s, 2 brave fishermen spent the night on Deer Island off the coast of Biloxi, Mississippi. As the night wore on, they heard strange noises that they initially dismissed. But as the sounds grew louder, they were unable to ignore them any longer. When they investigated, they stumbled upon a horrifying sight, a headless skeleton that began to chase after them. Legend has it that the remains belonged to a pirate whose captain had beheaded him and left his body behind as a sinister guard to watch over buried treasure. Number 3. Zombie Road in Missouri. Venture outside St. Louis, and you'll discover Zombie Road, a stretch infamous for its spectral shenanigans. Once known as Lawler Forge Road, it's haunted by indigenous apparitions and the victims of train accidents, like Della Hamilton McCullough, who was hit by a passing train. The 1950s saw teens flocking to the area for late-night escapades, but there were also murders committed here. The cherry on top, a killer known as Zombie, who escaped a mental asylum, is rumored to call this place his home. Now, rechristened as a nature trail, it's off-limits once the sun sets, with heavy fines for daring trespassers. Number 2. The Soren House Ghost. In the 1870s, the Soren family Soren, Georgia, experienced a spate of eerie encounters. They claimed to have seen objects flung across rooms, heard laughter and crying, and witnessed red eyes peering into the house. Even food didn't escape the ghostly disturbance. It was hurled off plates, and utensils bent into unusable shapes. Townspeople believed these were the cries of spirits hoping the family would save them. When the family finally decided to flee, a fire iron allegedly levitated and started whacking one of the sons on the head. No one ever dared to live in the house again, and it eventually burned down in 1925. Number 1. Aoki Gahara Woods. Nestled at the foot of Mount Fuji lies Japan's Aoki Gahara Woods, a serene landscape marked by a haunting history. For 2 decades, the forest has served as the final resting place for dozens of troubled Japanese citizens seeking to end their lives. Despite signs urging people to seek help, the forest remains a popular site for suicides. With such a morbid reputation, it's no surprise that ghost stories abound. Tales of ethereal apparitions wandering the woods and eerie encounters with the deceased are a dime a dozen on YouTube. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.